Today I want to talk to you about posts. Posts are the guts of any site. A post is the content that you change or add to on a regular basis. Recall from older videos, the page is what we call menu items, and posts are the articles that go inside of a page. So if you look at a blog page, this is the page, and where it says blog page and the text underneath, that's what you see, that was entered on the page itself. But the blog post is actually a separate post that sits within the blog page. Now understand that the reason that that blog post knows to come to this page is because they both have the same category, and in this case the category is called blog, and I'll show you how that works in a minute. Also understand that this picture is not a picture within the blog post, it's actually the featured image. Images that you put into the post will not show up there, and if you didn't have the featured image, that would show up blank. So the best way to look at this is for us to do a blog post. Let's go to the dashboard. On the dashboard, we're going to go to posts. Let's first quickly look at categories. This is where the categories are designed. In this case, we have categories of blog, industry, and product. And for the blog page, blog is the category that we're going to be using. So let's look at all of the posts. These are the names of the posts that are already in the system. Blog post is the one that you looked at, and this area just briefly tells you things like who wrote it and again what the category is, and you can see that the category there is blog. But let's make our own new post. Okay, let's just quickly look at the post page. There's an area for the title. There's an area for the content of the text, which would include pictures and text, and a very word-like menu item area where you can do bold and italics. You can have different styles like paragraph, heading 1, heading 2, some other things such as underline and justification. There are number and symbols as well. These little chains, they're for making hyperlinks. I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. There's also an area for block quotes, and one important one, the more tag, which I'm going to show you a little bit later. And then these areas over here we're not going to discuss. They're part of WordPress, the WordPress template for this theme. They give you things you can do such as buttons and author bios and things like that, and we're going to do a separate video just on that. And then here on the right, let me scroll down a little bit. You can see this area over here says publish. Anything that is not published, no one will be able to see, but you'll be able to preview it before you publish it out to the web, which is the final step. You can see the area where there's categories. You can see an area where there's tags, and those tags tell Google and also search engines within your site where to find things. And then as you can see at the bottom is the featured image that I was talking about earlier. So let's do a post. I'm actually going to steal a post from a site called Gizmodo on the new Nikon 4 that just came out or is coming out. So I'm going to copy the title. Title, simple, just like any title. This is where it goes. And now I'm going to take the text, and you can write the text or you can grab text. Just be aware of copyright rules. You don't want to be copying other people's stuff verbatim if you don't at least give a link back and let people know that it was done in Gizmodo. You can change any of the text now, just like a word processor. You can add bold or italics and such. One of the things I usually like to do, as an example, is justify everything. I think it looks better on the site when it's justified, but that's certainly a matter of taste. Now, if you see these blue areas, these are hyperlinks. If you clicked on that, you would be taken to another page. The way that you can get rid of hyperlinks, if they're already in there, like if you were cutting and pasting like this, is just to use this little button right here, which is unlink. And now you can see there's no more hyperlink. But if you wanted to make a hyperlink, and as I suggested, if you're using or looking at someone else's articles, let's say we write originally published at Gizmodo, and then you go to the Gizmodo site, which I'm doing off screen, and copy its URL, the address of the article. And what I do now is I just highlight Gizmodo, tell it that I want to make a link, paste that link into the URL area. You can title it if you want. I'll just title it Nikon D4. And as you notice too here at the bottom, you don't have to just link to a URL on another page. You can link to other places within your site. So let's say you wanted to write contact us. You can actually take the contact us words and link it to your contact page rather than having to put in all the information.